I'm Isaac Miner, and this is going to be my review on the Tilt SES, not the light, the regular one. I do have a sticker over mine, but get the idea. It's blue. You can do oversized bars. There's the shim. And the Tilt Nimbus forks in the same translucent, almost blue, kind of a light blue. I do have a bearing race on mine for an integrated headset. They don't come like that. Alright, starting with the SES. I've ran 3 different Tilt SESs, just different colors. They've both been the original one. I have run a regular Proto and a baby Proto, and both I've not liked as much as the Tilt SES. First thing that is really nice is the hollowed out 6mm bolts. I don't know if you guys can see. Kind of hard to see. And that's one of the reasons why everybody started getting the tilts, is because 6mm won't strip as easily. Another thing is having a baby SES that can fit oversized bars was the main reason I got the tilt in the first place, because I was switching from Mad Gear HIC to SES, and without going full-size SES, which is a lot heavier, and still being able to run my oversized bars, which now I don't need, so I could probably go get a light tilt, but you work with what you have. I do have a sticker over mine, but it is an etched tilt sign, so if you want to polish it out with oven cleaner or whatever, you can keep the tilt in there, which is always nice. So if you're thinking about getting an SES, out of all of them, I would say you should use a tilt. Whether it be light or regular, just depending on what size bars you use, they're both good for what they're used for. And now the forks. I have the blue not the Nimbus, the Legacy. I've had these since before the Nimbus came out. I really do like them, but for the price, I honestly can say that I wouldn't buy them. I traded a pair of SMX forks for these, so it was a much better deal for me, but I wouldn't pay $100 for these. And with the Tilt SES, it's comparable in price to all the other SESs. And the reason I originally traded for these is because of the length, being that they're short. It made it good so I could use with my Mad Gear originally. Now that's not a problem, but originally that's why I used it, and now it's just convenient because I won't have to run spacers no matter what I use. I've never had an issue with spacers or anything. Another thing is the 6mm, if I can unscrew it, 6mm tilt compression bolt, whatever you want to call it. Mine's stripped. I got it from my friend when it was stripped. I had a pair of these forks in black, which is what I originally traded for, but then I traded the black ones for blue ones. My black ones were much better shape, but the fork is a fork. These are not really used, but they were used. You can run 110s with them, which is what I've always run. Any style headset. I don't think you can only run HIC and SES. They have the built-in spacers. I don't know if you can see that. They kind of get worn down after using it a couple times. The recessed axle bolts, or area where you put it, works great with pegs too, so you don't clip on the part of the peg where it gets smaller. hollowed out on the side, which is always nice for weight, considering tilt makes some heavy stuff, but I'm not really concerned about weight that much. And with the axle bolt, mine, when I first got mine, didn't come with an axle bolt. I'm sure the tilts do come with axle bolts, but I've actually used a razor front axle, which works great. But if you're going to run a peg, you're going to have to either use a razor long axle and some weird spacers, or you're going to have to go buy a hardware store bolt. And with the wheel, I right now have worn down 110s, and when I squeeze it in there, it is pretty close. As for the sides and the top, brand new wheels, I don't think they will scrub. I did have a problem with my Phoenix brakes scrubbing, but I never had brand new wheels in the front, so I wouldn't be able to tell you. But yep. So there's my review on the Tilt Legacy fork and the Tilt Original SES, or what they want to call it. I would recommend both of them, as they are great parts. I don't plan on changing them anytime soon, and for what you're going to pay, it's probably the best you can find on the market. Thank you. Comment, like, subscribe.